Hello, welcome to my review of LEGO Star Wars Set 75402 ARC-170 Starfighter. This set released on January 1st of 2025. This set includes 497 pieces, contains 4 minifigures, and retails for $69.99. We're going to jump right into the figures. Overall, I think the figure selection and quality is quite outstanding. I think it is very, very good. I think the clone pilots look very incredible. I think R4 has a nice little facelift. I couldn't tell at first if he was going to be an upgrade compared to the last time we saw him in the last ARC-170, but it is nice that he got a little bit upgrade. I mean, it would have been nice to have back printing, but so far R2 in some really expensive sets is the only R series unit to receive that, so still a nice droid overall. Oddball is the technically only new figure that we haven't technically seen before. He looks very, very nice. The biggest difference is he just has like a nice little mark on his helmet compared to like the 2010 style standard clone pilot. So he looks really, really great. Nice to get him. He was in the Clone Wars many times, either name dropped or seen, and then also obviously in Episode 3. Leading his Starfighter squadron in support of Anakin and Obi-Wan. So technically doesn't fit with the aesthetic of the set, but still very nice to get him over just another random clone pilot. Next one we have is Captain Jag. He's definitely, again, had another facelift, mostly with his helmet, just slight detail changes over the last time we saw him over, or right around 15 years ago, but a really nice minifigure. Really like the updated design. And then the last one we do have is a clone pilot. Looks very, very good. I believe the markings are the same that we saw on the ARC-170 microfighter from 2015. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the legs are updated, which looks a lot better. Yes, I mean, some people say it'd been nice to have dual molded legs. I kind of agree with him. It would have been nice, but overall, most of the time, the legs don't go that low that you see it. So I think they actually look really, really good. And it doesn't really bother me too much. The ARC-170 itself, I think, so a few things I think look really, really good. I think the front fuselage looks really, really nice. I think the engines overall, in particular, the forward engine nozzles look amazing. I think that looks really, really great. I think the rear guns are an improvement over the last one. Kind of the hole, though, between the guns technically is inaccurate, which I don't know if I like as well. Wouldn't be probably too hard to retrofit a few pieces to make it look better if that's your thing. But still not necessarily super accurate, but not horrible. I do like the guns. I think they are an improvement over the last ARC-170s. The mid fuselage section is condensed down a little bit. I wish there was like maybe 2 to 4 more studs, just for crew seating being a little bit easier. They kind of have to sit certain positions, and you can't get R4 out without having the cockpits out and the clones out. Compared to in times past, I think you had to have the cockpits open, but you didn't have to have the clones out to get R4 out. Now you have to have the pilots out to get R4 out. So that's just a little bit of an annoying thing. I think it'd been nice to have, again, like maybe literally two more studs, I think, of space in that fuselage could have rendered the ability to have R4 out without having to have the pilots out. But just a little critique, not too bad. Now, where I think the ARC-170 definitely suffers compared to the other ones, I think the fuselage is still pretty decent. Although the underside is a little bit less desirable than the other ones. I think the shaping on this one is not as good as the 2010 one, and even maybe 2005. But the wings are very short compared to the fuselage. This fuselage is not overall that much shorter than the past ARC-170s, but the wings are considerably smaller, and it definitely shows, and it definitely makes the ARC-170 look a little bit off, because I don't think the wings are supposed to be that comparatively short compared to the fuselage. The cannons as well are a bit of a disappointment on the wings. Yes, spring-loaded shooters are good for kids. That's not the biggest thing. The guns themselves seem a little short, don't seem as nice as the last ones. If you really want, you can actually, if you have it or want to get the pieces for it, you can just retroactive put the old cannons from the 2010 one on this new one. Those might be a bit long with the wing size, but I'm probably going to modify my ARC-170 to have some sort of thing in the middle where it's maybe not quite as long as 2010, but longer than this one, because I think those could have been done a little bit better. Brown is questionable as well. I think the cone overall looks better than 2010 than just the Technic piece, but I don't know if brown was a good decision, but more of an aesthetic choice. I don't know if that's necessarily bad. But overall, I think the ship is pretty decent. I do enjoy it. A few caveats. What's my overall rating? I think it's about a 7.8 out of 10. The figures are really, really great. It's nice to get 4 or 3 clone pilots. I do prefer that over 2 clone pilots and a Jedi, so I definitely like that. I think that helps it out, but I think the ship leaves a lot to be desired for waiting 15 years since the last 2010 ARC-170. I forgot to mention the S-foil mechanism is a really nice upgrade compared to the last one. The last couple you had to spin. These ones is just a flip switch. That is really nice. That definitely is good for it. But again, just some of those things just are not quite as good. The stickers are not quite as good. They're not as clear. And I don't know if it's just mine, but the rear cockpit one has some like weird bubbly looking stuff when I touched it and stuff. So it just does not look near as good as, again, 2010. So I don't know if it's sticker quality or design choice or what's going on with that, but just the sticker decisions just don't look really amazing. And again, the wings being shorter and a few other aspects, I don't think this is an amazing ARC-170. I don't think, unfortunately, this ARC-170 lived up to the hype that we all hoped it would be, having it been 15 years since we had the 2010 one. I think the 2010 one, as an overall look and balanced size, is better. I think this one is much more stable, which is nice. It is obviously cheaper because of it's coming out, but since it's been 15 years, but I do still think the 2010 one, except for the minifigure lineup, is still a superior starfighter. If you're looking to get this, I'll post it down below. I would, if you're willing to wait for it to go on sale. I think 55 seems a lot more reasonable than 70 for the starfighter. Not horrible. I don't think it's as overpriced as Ahsoka's starfighter, but still, again, overall, I think it's a good set, but I don't think it measures up to the desire we were hoping for with wanting to see an ARC-170 again. But let me know down below what you think of it. Do you think it is the best ARC-170? What aspects do you like? What aspects did you didn't like? Thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel and haven't already, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you've made it this far, and I will catch you guys next time.